back to Midday Kentucky, everyone, of course, with our resident chef, Alison Davis from Wild Thyme. How are you, my friend?
I'm delicious as well.
Well, we all know you're deliciously gorgeous with the food.
Thank you.
Okay. It looks like you're making some sort of dessert, which I don't think you've made for us before, have you?
No, I'm very picky about my desserts, and honestly...
Because you said you're not a baker. You're not a big fan of baking.
Yeah, it takes a lot more measuring and precise
yes,
chemistry.
we know.
But with this one, I honestly am drawn to more like fruit desserts.
Oh, I like that.
Are you that?
Yep, totally
I'm
love
not
it.
super heavy like with the tiramisus and the real heavy cheesecakes and whatnot. I really like fruity
I
desserts.
love the tiramisu and the cheesecake people.
He's a sweetheart.
I like that.
But what we're making is creme anglaise. Have you had creme
Yes,
anglaise
I have.
before?
I want to see how you make it.
It's very simple,
Yeah.
and the key is this right here.
The vanilla bean.
Yes, not using vanilla extract and not compromising when
With
it comes to
almond
the anglaise, but using the real vanilla bean.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show how you actually prep
Yeah, please
that.
do.
What we have over here on the stove, though, is just a bit of half and half. So it's milk and cream that's simmering, and we're going to prepare the vanilla bean and add that in, and that's going to give it the beautiful flecks of vanilla in the cream. So what you do is you take your vanilla bean and you just slice it right down the middle lengthwise.
Yep.
Yeah? And then by doing that, you can open up the pod or the bean and you can start to scrape all the flecks that are inside.
Right.
Right? So we're just going to start to kind of open that up. See?
Yeah.
Did you get your knife under there?
Yeah, gorgeous. You're like filleting a piece of fish.
Almost, yeah.
It's a bit of
sometimes
work.
a little bit more delicate.
It's
than
a little
that.
bit of work.
Well, the outer pod is a little tough, so you really have to get your knife in there between that. And then what we're going to do is just basically, I'm going to scrape. You see how I'm just taking my knife?
Yeah, and your knife.
Scraping all
put
that.
Put that in there.
Watch out. And scraping all those flecks into the milk. Now, not only are we going to just scrape all that, I'm going to throw the whole pod in there and we'll pull it out later, so we'll get more flecks out of there that way.
In there. Oh, yum.
All right, so that's just vanilla and half and half.
Already, you can smell it. It smells beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we're going to do the egg yolks, and that's really what makes this more of a custard and thickens the sauce. So we are only going to use the yolks, though, so we need to separate the eggs.
I'll let you separate them because I will mess it up.
All right, so just like vertical, I turn my egg and then I let the whites, well, that one didn't work. That's why I brought an extra egg.
I'm so glad you did that,
well,
not me.
I am too.
And I shouldn't make fun of you.
No, it happens
but
to the
that
best
would
of
happen
us.
to me.
So we separate the whites, yolks over in a separate bowl. And with this, I used a half a cup of milk, a half a cup of cream, and we're using 3 egg yolks.
Right, gotcha.
1 vanilla bean, and then a couple tablespoons of sugar just to sweeten it up.
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is we're going to have that with some fresh berries. I've got strawberries and blackberries.
Yep.
And then we'll put the creme anglaise on the bottom.
Oh, perfect.
And I like to actually macerate the berries. Are you familiar with macerate?
No.
It just means we're going to let them sit.
But you better get whipping, Dal. We're going to run out of time.
I hear you. All right, a couple tablespoons of sugar.
You can macerate all you want, but you better get whipping.
A couple tablespoons of sugar in with the egg yolks, and I'm just going to whisk those. And the sugar, actually, there's a little bit of a chemical reaction that happens with the sugar and the yolks.
Nice.
All right, so then this is going to go into our milk. Now, what I like to do, and hopefully I won't make too much of a mess, but I like to temper because the milk is a bit hot. Thank you. And so I slowly kind of warm the eggs up versus just throwing them right into the hot milk.
Perfect.
So it doesn't scramble because you want this to be a nice smooth sauce.
I got you.
All right,
so then... I was going to say, that's what... okay.
So then in we go, and you're just going to start kind of stirring that with your spatula.
Yep.
And as it sits and simmers on this low heat, the egg yolks are going to thicken the sauce. And once it thickens, it should coat the back of the spoon, and that is what you look for as just the perfect, you know, temperature and consistency of your anglaise.
Perfect.
Now, what I meant by macerating is I'm just going to take sugar and coat these strawberries and blackberries.
All right, perfect. Well, whilst you're doing that, I'm going to direct everyone over to the website, wtvq.com/Midday Kentucky. Click on the Midday Kentucky recipe tab. You will have every recipe that you need right there that Alison does for us. Alison, thank you so much. We really appreciate you again taking care of all of this. This is looking gorgeous.
Love being here.
We'll be back after this short break.